You got tuned to KEXP. This is listener-powered radio, KEXP.org, and on our mobile apps. KEXP is a nonprofit radio station, and all of these wonderful Live on KEXP sessions are made possible from support from folks just like you. If you love watching and listening to these sessions, you can make a donation today at KEXP.org. I am your host, Kennedy, and I am absolutely stoked to be here with Coral Grief live on KEXP. You're listening to Coral Grief live on KEXP.
Going
You're listening to Coral Grief. You're live on KEXP. You're listening to Coral Grief. You're live on KEXP. Oh my gosh, y'all. That was fantastic. You just heard songs off of Coral Grief's brand new record. It's called Air Between Us. And I'm so stoked to have you here in the studio. Thank you
so much for having us, Kennedy. We're so excited.
Well, I have been such a big fan of this band for a long time. I was thinking back to the first time that I saw you guys play live, and I think it was many years ago when you opened for Indigo D'Souza at the Vera Project. But I have just been itching for a full-length record from you all. So I was so excited to see your debut album coming out. And I know that you all recorded this at the Unknown up in Anacortes, Washington with Nicholas Burr and Wilbur, and that is truly like such a beautiful and iconic space. I mean, countless Pacific Northwest artists that I love have recorded there. Some of my favorite records have been recorded there. How did recording at the Unknown shape the sound of this record?
It was such a oasis to be able to go up there, and we literally stayed in the studio, and I think it influenced a lot of the direction of the sound. And we had all the songs written, but we wanted to tinker a lot with, they have a ton of synths and keyboards and wind chimes, random objects up there, and it's like slightly haunted. So I think that added a nice element of, I don't know, ethereal presence perhaps. But Nick was also such a big influence as like producing and recording the album, and it was really nice to have his extra ears. But yeah, I think that this record is very like based in a sense of place and like the Pacific Northwest specifically. So it was cool to immerse ourselves in, like you said, kind of an iconic spot.
Yeah, I definitely hear that. And I also love Suicide Squeeze Records, so I was over the moon when I got the email that y'all were putting out your digital release through Suicide Squeeze. And I also think it's really cool that you're like kind of spreading out the release among not only Suicide Squeeze, but Den Tapes, who I know that you've put out releases with before, huge fan of Den Tapes, and Anxiety Blanket Records. It's like the holy trinity of cool record labels. I know that you've worked with Den Tapes for your past releases. That's how I first found out about the band. But how did you connect with Suicide Squeeze on this release?
Yeah, David's the GOAT, as they say. So
we
have connected through just different mutual friends, and I've worked for him in the past as well. So we just kind of were talking about this new record, and he was kind enough to help us put it out digitally. And yeah, it's cool to be able to keep things pretty local, but also being able to collaborate between labels has been a really exciting experience, and just so many people supporting us, and it's just been a fun communal way to release this.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I want to talk about the music video for Rockhounds, which was the first track that you played in this set. You worked with Nick Shively, who's also done like amazing music videos for Chastity Belt and Taco Cat and many other artists. What drew you to collaborate with Nick on that specific video?
Oh, yeah. Well, Nick's, another GOAT among the local scene. But yeah, he's a friend of ours. We've been friends for a long time. And when we were thinking about, we just knew they would be the perfect person to collaborate. And they had a whole vision of how to, they heard the song and were like, I know I don't want to do like a Galaxy 500 video with y'all on the beach. And we're like, yeah, that's kind of everything we could dream of. So we went out to Bainbridge and shot it. And then they built like this giant kaleidoscope room with all these projections of the footage we shot on Bainbridge. So that was a really fun video shoot.
That's
and
so
I think
cool.
It worked out really well.
It really, really did. I feel like it very much encapsulates the sound that you guys portray as a band. And, so much of your music evokes this like ethereal imagery, as you were saying, of the sea, the sky. The band is called Coral Grief, and this Rockhounds music video filmed, of course, on the beach, like you were saying. I'm curious how like nature presents itself in the way that you write songs and write music.
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty big part of all of our lives. Like whenever we go on tour, we're always trying to route to where the nearest swimming hole is or waterfall to try to, bring that into the musical experience. So I think it's definitely influenced our songwriting and trying to like mimic some things in the sounds, like some nature landscapes and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know, it's a big part of the way that I think it's a big part of like living in Seattle, so I think we wanted to draw more attention to that as well.
Yeah, I know that the last track that you played, Avenue U, has a lot to do with the changing of Seattle. I know that you grew up here in the city in South Seattle. I'm wondering, and this is something that I always chat with a lot of Pacific Northwest musicians about, especially folks who are making music in Seattle, a city that has changed drastically in the past 10, 20 years. What keeps you tied to this city? Like, what makes you want to keep creating here?
Yeah, I think that, people love to be hating on it all the time. It's just the same. It's, natural, but I think that that's kind of a simple approach, like, come on, let's do something about it. I think I'm motivated to want to make it better. That's what keeps us going, and just our community. I feel like we know, like, everyone here is just so great, and the people are really special, so I think that we can push back on some of the more, like, predatory, movement in the city and try to, like, foster more real experiences.
Yeah. Joy is an act of resistance.
So true.
Yeah. Well, I have one more question for you, Lena. I know that you're a fan of beachcombing, which is a little bit presented in the Rockhounds music video, and searching for small treasures along the shore. Can you tell me, what is the coolest or most treasured thing that you found while beachcombing? This might be a hard question.
No, it's not. I found this like whale spine bone, like vertebrae once on the Oregon coast, and I have it hanging in my house, and I feel like it's not my cross, like, but I kind of look to it. I'm like, okay, it's a good place to ground myself.
Is it big?
Okay, no, it's not that big. It's about like the size of my hand, but
that's
when I found
enough.
it was like, that's when I wanted to start looking for things on the beach more. But that's
cool.
definitely it.
I love it. Does anyone else do beachcombing here? No?
They dabble.
They dabble.
Yeah.
They dabble alongside.
Sam likes birds, so he's more of a bird watcher.
More of a bird watcher. I like that. So much nature energy in this band. Well, thank you so much again for coming in and doing this. This was so much fun. Again, I love this band for a very long time, and I am so, so excited for this new record to come out and for everyone to be able to enjoy it alongside all of us.
Thank you so much for having us, Kennedy. This was super special.
Absolutely. Big thank you as well to our video team, our audio engineers, everyone here at KEXP who makes these sessions possible, and that includes you, our big KEXP community. If you want to power the music that you love, you can go to kexp.org, become an amplifier, make a donation today, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you can watch more amazing sessions just like this. And it's Coral Reef, live on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.